All right, we are joined by Tennessee head coach Karen Weekly and players Taylor Pannell, Sophia Nugent, and Laura Mueller. A reminder to please silence your cell phones and then give your name and media affiliation when you get the mic to ask a question. Recording of the press conference with your cell phones prohibited, and if you're on the Zoom and want to ask a question, please use the raise hand function. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Weekly, then go to questions just for players, dismiss the players, and then go to questions just for Coach Weekly. So if you have an opening statement.
Obviously, that was a gut punch. I thought our team played really, really well. Proud of how we came out. We don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. We got to be ready to play tomorrow, and that was what we just talked about in the locker room.
Okay, questions for players? Okay, we'll start front row left here.
Sophia, just kind of what's your immediate reaction to the loss, and what do you feel like happened late with the offense? You guys had been able to get things going early, and then seventh inning just couldn't capitalize with the bases loaded.
My immediate reaction was that we fought really hard, and it didn't come out on our side. But, you know, there's another day tomorrow. And for when it comes to runners, for offense, I think we were putting the ball into play. We just weren't cashing in on the runners on base.
Okay, we'll start front row on the left here.
Trevor McGee, the Daily Beacon for the players. How frustrating is it to have those double play balls there in those big moments, and how do you ensure that frustration doesn't linger into tomorrow in an elimination game?
I mean, it's going to happen. They have a very good defense, and sometimes you just hit the ball into their defense, and it works out for them.
Okay, we'll stay front row left here.
Sorry, Cora Hall with Knox News. Taylor, just what's kind of the biggest thing that you feel like you guys need to reset for tomorrow to make sure you guys, aren't out of here in 2 games?
I think just flush today. We were seeing the ball well at the plate. Things were just not going our way, and I think we're going to have just flush today and just go out and focusing on playing Florida tomorrow.
Okay, we'll go second row to right here.
Noah Ram with the Gainesville Sun. On that note, just is there anything you guys could think of right now in particular to try to, because it is such a gut-punching loss and it's, to have to come back a day later, to change it? I mean, anything in particular you guys might try to do or just continue to, follow what you guys have done all season?
Yeah, I don't think much changes, if we're being honest. We've been in this position before, just losing a game and having to bounce back. The only difference is just being in postseason. And I think we had a great talk in the locker room of just, yeah, it stings right now, and we can let it sting for a minute, but to flush it right away because you don't have time to dwell on it.
Okay, we'll go front row left.
Sophia, until the last, inning, Carlin really shut down that offense after it looked like the first home run really kind of made her kick it into another gear. I don't know if it kind of made her mad a little bit, but just what did you see from her today, and just how impressive was it that, again, for most of the game, she really held one of the best offenses in the nation, hit without much production?
I think that's really what Carlin is. She fights for us every single pitch, and she puts it all out on the line for us, and just her bringing that energy really helps us every single day.
More questions for players? Okay, thank you, players. You're dismissed. Questions for Coach Weekly? Okay, we'll go front row left.
Cora Hall with Knox News. Karen, what were you seeing from the offense today that obviously had a great start early, and just what did you kind of see in the 7th inning that you guys were able to capitalize and get some insurance runs?
Yeah, I thought overall we had a good plan, and for the most part we were executing that plan, and we just had a couple situations even before the 7th inning where, yeah, we could have put another run or 2 on the board and given ourselves a little bit more of a cushion. Like Soph said, you're not trying to hit into a double play. Sometimes those things happen. It's a tough game, and hitting's the hardest thing to do.
Okay, we go front row right, Brady.
Brady Vernon, Softball America. Carlin got into quite a few 3-ball counts. Was that more kind of just kudos to OU's preparation? Was Carlin just throwing through her spin a little bit? I don't know what you kind of felt about that.
Well, I think it's a combination of things, and we had 4 walks. I think 3 of them might have been to lead off innings. So, we got ourselves in a couple jams. She worked herself out of a lot of jams. Part of it, I think you could see their game plan shifting a little bit to being more patient, trying to get more base runners on by not swinging the bat. But, it just comes down to execution.
Okay, we go second row left here to Eli.
Eli Letterman, ESPN. Karen, you spoke yesterday about the mentality that Carlin has developed. I'm curious where you saw that over those first 6 innings today while she navigated some trouble, and where you see that as you go into tomorrow, knowing that it's a must-win situation with her.
Yeah, you see the same thing out of Carlin all 7 innings. Carlin is as steady as they come. She's the ultimate warrior. 99 times out of 100, she wins that game, right? What I expect going into tomorrow from Carlin and this entire team is we've been here. We were here last Friday. We lost the first game to Nebraska. We go into Saturday morning, win or go home. We go into Sunday, win or go home. And that's the situation we're in right now. And, that's what I told them. I mean, we're playing Florida tomorrow, and one team's going home. And it's really going to come down to, which team can flush today the quickest and get their mind right for tomorrow.
Okay, we'll go to second row on the right here.
Coach Noah Ram with the Gainesville Sun. Just talk about offensively, getting, especially early in the game, some good traction off Sam, and then how that could help, obviously tomorrow you'll, most likely face a very good pitcher in Keegan, and how that can help for tomorrow, knowing that you guys already here have beaten, early on beating one of the better pitchers there is.
Yeah, it really was one of our better offensive performances, and I'm really proud of them for that. And the thing most people don't realize is how young our team is. Like, there is one person in our starting lineup that's a senior with 4 years starting in the SEC. That's it. Everybody else in that lineup either didn't play SEC for 4 years. Sophia Nugent, she's got 2 years playing every day under her belt, but before that, didn't get every at bat. We have a lot of freshmen. We've got sophomores that didn't play a lot last year. So I'm really proud of how they showed up here. I'm really proud they weren't phased. The environment didn't phase them. They knew that, I don't know how many this place holds, 10,000, that there were going to be 9,900 against them. That didn't bother them at all. So there's a lot of things to really be excited about and proud of.
Okay, we'll go front row left here.
Karen, was there any consideration into walking Parker there in the 7th with Oklahoma having the momentum?
Not really, because, it's 3-1. You have 2 runners on. And if you walk her, that means you put the winning run on base. So you have to make a decision there. The key thing in that inning was Agbayani, drawn a walk. You look at that, and strategy-wise, you're like, okay, we can get through this inning and get out of here without ever rolling the order back around to the top. And when you walk her, you know that you're going to face Pickering and Parker again.
Okay, we go back to the front row right.
Brady Vernon, Softball America. Just obviously have to get through tomorrow, but how big is it knowing that Sage has also thrown really well this postseason?
Oh, huge, especially right now. Sage has had some really good outings starting back to Ole Miss series. Great game against them, great game against Texas A&M, great game against Ohio State. We've put the ball in her hands in big situations, and she's come through for us.
Okay, we'll go front row left.
Speaking of some of your youth, Ella Dodge went deep into every at-bat she had today. She got 2 walks out of it. Just what does that say about her maturity as a freshman to do that in this game? And how does she learn how to slide like that?
Ella is, we call her Pigpen because she's the dirtiest one at practice. Ella is going to fight and scratch and claw to do anything she can on the softball field. The girl absolutely just loves playing. What I was really proud of was her first at bat wasn't real good. She got herself in a 3-1 count and chased something high, and we would have drawn a walk there and kind of kept the inning going even a little bit more. But she bounced back right away. Her next 2 at bats were fantastic, and when you can see a freshman do that, that's pretty cool.
Okay, we have time for 2 more. Front row right, Eric.
Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. Can you talk a little bit about just the pregame scout of Ella Parker and just maybe the swing she had today?
She's a great hitter. Great hitters make adjustments, and Oklahoma is one of the best at making adjustments as the game goes along. I think the first one she hit out, I think we just kind of missed our spot in that situation. The last one I think was a changeup, I'm pretty sure, but they're just really good hitters, especially her and Pickering at the top of the order. The more times they face you, the more information they have, the more adjustments they're going to make, and they're tough to beat.
Okay, last question, second row left
Yeah,
here.
Coach, News 9 here in Oklahoma City. Obviously, Oklahoma has loads of talent every year, but even when the faces and names change, the moments seem to continue. Is there anything tangible about this program other than just the talent that allows them to continue to do things like this that you've noticed?
Well, there's a lot of talent out there. I mean, they have some of the absolute best players in the country. Patty Gass is a phenomenal coach. You don't win that many national championships without being an exceptional coach. And you also have 9,900 people on your side. So, you know, it's an environment that you have to fight through. But I thought our kids did a really good job of that today.
Okay, that'll wrap things up. Thank you.